Good evening, Mr. Bond fans. Sorry, I'm using Calvin Dyson's most iconic line. So I've nearly got Sean Connery's Bond movie wrapped up. I'll be doing George Lazenby's only Bond movie on Her Majesty's Secret Service. So the novel was first released after the film series started and contains a gentle dig at the cinematic Bond's gadgets. So originally, Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman planned to make On Her Majesty's Secret Service after Goldfinger, and Richard Maybaum worked on a script at the time, but Thunderball was filmed instead after the ongoing rights dispute over the novel was settled between Ian Fleming and Kevin McClory. The project was due to follow that, but problems with the warm Swiss winter and inadequate snow cover led to Saltzman and Broccoli putting the film on hold, again in favour of You Only Live Twice. Between at the start of filming of You Only Live Twice and its release, the registration of Sean Connery, Saltzman had planned to adapt The Man with the Golden Gun in Cambodia and get Roger Moore to play the lead role, but politically instability meant the location was ruled out and Moore signed up for another series of The Saint. After You Only Live Twice came out in 1967, the producers once again picked up with On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Peter Hunt, who had worked on the first 5 movies, had impressed Broccoli and Saltzman enough to earn his directorial debut, as they believe his quick cutting had set the style for the series. It was also the result of a long-standing promise from Broccoli and Saltzman for a directional position, which they honoured after Lewis Gilbert turned down to direct. Hunt also asked for the position during the production of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and they brought along with him many crew members, including Michael Reed, the cinematography. This also the last Bond movie Peter Hunt worked on. Richard Maybaum, the screenwriter, had something to do with the movie script. Saltzman and Broccoli decided to drop the science fiction gadgets from the earlier films and focus more on the story, as in From Russia with Love. Peter Hunt asked Simon Raven to write some of the dialogue between Tracy and Blofeld in Piz Gloria, which was to be sharper, better, more intellectual. One of Raven's additions was having Tracy quoting James Elroy Flecker when writing the scripts. The producers decided to make the closet adaptation of the book possible. Virtually everything in the novel occurs in the film, and Hunt was reported to always enter the set carrying an annotated copy of the novel. As script was more closer to the novels than the movies, it resulted in errors such as Blofeld not recognising Bond from You Only Live Twice. In the original script, Bond uses plastic surgery to disguise him from his enemies. The intention was to allow unrecognisable Bond to infiltrate Blofeld's hideout and help the audience accept the new actor in the role. However, this was dropped in the favour of ignoring the change in actor. This movie was shot in Piz Gloria, Switzerland. James Bond, aka 007 in this movie, is played by George Lazenby. And this may be unpopular opinion, I thought he was really good.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
After Sean Connery resigned from the role and fell out with Albert Broccoli during the filming of You Only Live Twice, 400 actors were considered for the role. John Richardson, Hans de Vries, Robert Campbell, Anthony Rogers, Yorgos Fountas, George Lazenby and Terence Stamp was also considered for the role. Oliver Reed decided his public image was already too distinct, so he turned it down. Timothy Dalton was asked to audition after his performance in The Lion in Winter, but considered himself too young as he was 25 at the time. So Lazenby got chosen by Broccoli and Hunt after seeing his performance in a Fry's chocolate cream advertisement. He was offered to do 7 movies, but he was convinced by his agent, Ronan O'Rahilly, that The Secret Agent would be archaic in the liberated 1970s, and as a result, he left the franchise after the film release. Diana Rigg plays Teresa Tracy Traco, aka the Countess Teresa di Vincenzo, later known as Tracy Bond, who's the daughter of Mark-Ange Traco and married to James Bond. I thought she's brilliant, so sad that she's killed off in the end of the movie. Bridget Bardot was invited, but after she signed to appear in Shalako alongside Connery, the deal fell through, so Diana Rigg was casted instead, even after when she's more known as Emma Peel in The Avengers. Not Marvel's Avengers, different Avengers. Telly Savalas plays Ernst Stavro Blofeld, aka Comte Balzavar de Blucharme, Bond's enemy and the leader of the Spectre. He did a great job as well. Hunt and Maybaum wanted to recast the character after watching Donald Pleasance's portrayal in the previous movie. Maybaum originally wrote the role for Blofeld for Max von Sydow, but instead got replaced by Teddy Savalos. Ironically, Max von Sydow played Blofeld in non-Eon Bond film Never Say Never Again. Lois Maxwell, Bernard Lee and Desmond Llewellyn returned as Miss Moneypenny. M and Q, which is nice to see them again. Gabriel Fazzetti plays Mark and Traco, Tracy's father, head of the union course, and a major crime syndicate, he's great too. Ilse Steppard plays Irma Bunt, Blofeld's henchwoman. She's terrifying. She really did a great job.
I told you. Fancy meeting you, Fräulein.
The character was to return in the next movie, but sadly the actress passed away. George Baker plays Sir Hilary Bray, Herald in the London College of Arms, whom Bond impersonates in Piz Gloria. He's great too. Bernard Horsfeld, who I've known him as his performance from Doctor Who, plays Sean Campbell. 007's colleague, he's brilliant. Very talented actor. Yuri Borenko plays Grunther Blofeld, British Chief of Scientists at Piz Gloria. He's great too. Virginia North plays Olympia, Draco's lover. She's great too. I love the gun barrel theme, where it sounded like a video game. It's really nice. And there's an iconic scene where James Bond sort of broke the fourth wall.
This never happened to the other fella.
Inside joke of Connery's Bond. I love the fight sequence. And I think the songs are great fitting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, yeah, I couldn't resist adding that.
James!
And it was a nice throw of his hat. It would be funny if he missed.
James! Where have you been?
Much too far.
I love the fact that he wears different clothes in different scenes. And there's great lighting in the bed scene.
Thing before you, Ruby. I must teach you how to give them.
The skiing is great. The music is a nice fitting.
Damn, nature, you're scary.
There's also great action sequences. The movie ended nicely with the wedding.
Congratulations, 007.
Until Tracy Bond is murdered, which felt like the movie ended in a cliffhanger.
Going on soon.
And it's such a shame that Lazenby played Bond in only one movie. I would love to see more of him. Like I said, I thought he was really good. I enjoyed this movie. The effects is pretty good for 1969. Peter Hunt's direction is great, and I love the music by John Barry. There's great casting here. We'll resume back to Sean Connery for one last time in Diamonds Are Forever.